Welcome back to Frugal Hannah, the channel where we have no money and we learn what to do with that lack of income, especially when we're in a recession and the president is talking about giving everybody money. I'm Hannah, here today to take a break from our regularly scheduled money information because I think talking about what to do with your money seems like insult to injury right now. And instead, we are going to discuss a list of free things that you can do at home while you're social distancing and self-quarantining. I want to preface this video by saying that free is kind of a loose term as far as what we're referring to. Free is meaning taking advantage of things you are already paying for, so there's no additional cost to you. Free is making assumptions that you have access to basic things like internet and communication with people around you, such as phone calls or emails or FaceTime. Not every tip will be accessible to everybody, but I hope that this list will be broad enough that something resonates with you. So let's get into the tips. The first activity that I want to recommend is a little bit for myself as well as for you guys. Take advantage of YouTube. If you are not allowed to leave your house, there are so many creators on YouTube. So many, and so many people are self-quarantining right now. There's so much content to take in, but you can also go back before all of this happened so that you don't have to think about the stressful climate that we're in. You can watch so many uplifting things. My personal favorite, you remember when Kid President was really popular like years and years ago? I watched Kid President before I started this channel because I just needed a little bit of inspiration. Watch some more YouTube. And while we're talking about YouTube, I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how your consumption of my content affects me. I am currently a very small channel. I have, I think, as of filming this, 18 whole subscribers, and I love each and every one of you. Being such a small channel, I am not able to monetize my content. This is just a hobby for me, but I think that I would like in the long term to be able to pull in a little bit of side income from this channel. Having people subscribe to my channel helps me hit the minimum requirement of, I believe, 1,000 subscribers that I have to have before I can even qualify to monetize my content. And then on top of that, I have to get a certain number of watch hours. So every time you watch 10 minutes of my content, that adds 10 minutes to my total watch time on the channel. So if you start watching a video by me, I ask that you watch it all the way through to the end to where it starts auto-generating the next video that you can watch. Even not stepping away from the video when you get that black title at the end that has suggestions of where to go and the subscribe button. If you can just watch through those last 20 seconds all the way to the actual end of the video, it helps my channel analytics, it helps me get recommended to people around, and it's a free way to support people in your community. So watch more YouTube. YouTube is free. There is essentially unlimited content for you to consume, and I'm sure there is something on this site for everybody. The second free thing that you can do while self-quarantine or otherwise practicing social distancing is to clean and reorganize your house. The upside to the timing of this hitting is that we're in spring, and spring cleaning is the name of the game. So I challenge you to find one area of your house that's really just, you need to get it clean. Clean it. I will do one area of my house after this episode is finished being filmed, just to get a nice deep clean done. It doesn't cost any money and it'll make the time go faster, and it will give you some relief to be existing in a cleaner space. The third free thing that you can do today from home is exercising in your house. A long time ago I followed the channel on YouTube, Blogalotties, and I know that she has since then blown up, and I think that she has an app and a bunch of other stuff going on for her now. But finding exercise tutorials on YouTube will have you stimulate your brain. You will get the exercise that you might feel like you're missing out on by being inside all the time. If you've got kids, you can find something that can get that energy out without exposing them to other people. Exercising at home. Exercise is always the remedy for poor mental health anyway, so let's keep our bodies moving while we're inside. The fourth free thing that you can do from home in self-quarantine or while practicing social distancing is to indulge in some music. Whether that be listening to your favorite playlists, finding them on YouTube. If you already have a subscription to some kind of music streaming service, listen to your music. If you have instruments at home, play music. If you have none of that, but you still enjoy music, sing at home. And if you have instruments, practice your instruments. I have a piano and a ukulele and a violin. I have no idea how to play the violin, and I probably won't come out of quarantine knowing how to play that. But I want to hone my experience with my piano, hone my experience with my ukulele at the very least. This video isn't sponsored by anybody. I found an app called Nana? Whatever it is. It's like a singing social media app, and you just can collaborate with anybody on the app. People will post music with their instruments, they'll post instrumental covers, and you can collaborate with those instrumental covers, anyone online. I love it because I love to sing and I love to share my music, but it doesn't have the same pressure of putting things on Facebook or feeling like you're not accomplishing anything by practicing at home. So look into something like that. Music. Indulge in music. It will bolster your spirits and you have complete control over what you're listening to. The fifth thing that you can do in the midst of all of this while practicing social distancing is to get in an outdoor hike. Now, I understand that this doesn't work for people who are confined to their actual houses, but if you're able to leave, try to get out in nature. Spend some time breathing in some fresh air. Getting outside and going for a walk will change your surroundings. It will keep your human interaction relatively low. It'll give you some physical activity. Getting outside will be good for your mental health. It will remove you from all the places where you've just kind of sat and thought about all of the things that could be bad. And you can do all of that while continuing to practice your social distancing. The sixth activity that you can indulge in while practicing self-quarantine and social distancing: FaceTime people. Call people, email the people that are in your life. Continue your connection to other people. Every time that I've been able to speak to my friends during all of this, I've been able to come out of the conversation feeling a little bit better than I did when I went into it. Human connection is still so important, and a self-quarantine can sound like the end of social interaction. That doesn't have to be the case. Don't forget, you are still able to stay in contact with people while you practice your social distancing. The seventh activity that you can indulge in while practicing social distancing and self-quarantine: practice cooking. Recipes are free online all over the place. You probably have food in your house. Google meals based off of the ingredients that you have in your house and take this time to maybe experiment. Take the spices that you like, take the condiments that you like, and see if there are recipes that sound good to you. I have always been a picky eater. I'm really particular about my foods, but experimenting with my cooking has really broadened my horizons on what I like to eat. My current favorite comfort food is angel hair noodles, sour cream, chicken bouillon powder, like chicken stock powder that you use to make a soup, so that the noodles taste kind of like ramen but with a creamy sauce because of the sour cream, and then adding whatever other seasonings I like. Usually I will add garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, a pinch of salt if I need it, but usually there's a lot of salt in the other seasonings. You can add Johnny's seasonings to it, and it's a whole meal. If you have an onion, cut up an onion and put it in your pasta. If you have garlic, I like to crush fresh garlic into my pasta. If you have bread, you can make garlic bread on the side. I have learned how to cook bread. That's a rewarding process that takes a really long time because if you're working with yeast, you have to wait for bread to rise. Look through your cabinets and see what you could learn how to make with the food that you have. The eighth activity that you can indulge in while practicing self-quarantine or social distancing is a more broad label for basically everything else that I've been talking about. Do a deep dive on your hobbies. What do you like to do? Are you stuck at home? Are you able to work from home? Are you not able to work from home? Have you been feeling a little bit stir crazy? Hobbies are the little fillers that give us life around our identity at work, our identity with our friends. Hobbies can be such a fulfilling personal time thing to do. So whether you like music, you like cooking, you like makeup, you like clothes, you enjoy organizing, what do you like to do? You have this is your time. While you are home with nothing else to do, you can still cultivate so much of your personality and bring so much joy into your own life. What are your hobbies? What do you want to do? This is your time. You can do whatever you feel like doing. So with that, we have covered a general, broad overview of things that are not watching Netflix that we can do to keep our minds active while we practice healthy self-quarantine or social distancing. What did I miss? What are you actively doing right now to preserve the health of yourself and the health of those around you? Let me know if you have anything more on this topic that you would like to hear before we go back down our trail of credit. Comment, subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell if you want to continue seeing content from me, and you can use that notification bell to customize how much of my content that you see. Hopefully you want to hear alerts for all of it. We post once a week. We try to do 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every week. Stay tuned. Let me know what else you want to hear from me. I think that's everything for today. It's time for me to go hold myself accountable. Clean one part of my house that has been getting to me, so that way I feel like I've accomplished something for the day beyond this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you next week. Thanks for stopping by.